Hey folks, Skullgallagher of ThrabenU here for another Monster Train run. As of the time we're recording, I'm down to 2 combinations left to do, so we're going to try to get a win with one of them. We're going to try to get a win with Hellhorned Umbra. Alright, so we have Cleanse Seraph, and a decent amount of starting armor, like enough that something like a battering ram might be a real consideration in the run. I like that we have Antumbra Assault as like a decent thing to get good morsels. I found that Lightstone Casing is not as good as you would think it would be, because you often have to prioritize upgrading your units first, making it like logistically difficult enough to get to enough Merchant of Magics to make this worth more than 25 gold. Like a lot of times when I get Lightstone Casing, I might get like 2 spells with extra upgrades on them, and that's it. So we're just going to take the Infused Mallet and get some freebie kills on creatures. I'm becoming less and less impressed with multi-strike Hornbreaker Prince. I find that when I have to start with the multi-strike Prince, I end up taking a decent amount of fire damage early, because I often don't have a way to scale it, or I don't have something that's like strong enough to tank for it in fight 1. I'm going with the Wrathful Prince today, and like give that more of a chance than what I've been giving it. Enemy units appear on H4. Yeah, we probably make that work. I would have preferred to kill these ones, but beggars can't be choosers. Turn kind of plays itself in that, like, I really need to minimize the fire damage that I take. I guess we're feeding this thing and keeping it alive for longer. I kind of wanted this to just die. Killing this. I don't think I am killing that. Inflame next turn, adding 8 damage to it if I put a Train Steward up top. 13, no. Yeah, so I guess we're just doing something like this. And as long as I get this to 20, that's the magic number where 1 Pyro Shot kills it. Fine, and then somewhat awkwardly, this now doesn't die. I want it like this. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now here's this Inflame. Things that have to happen. That has to happen. And I think we win this fight handily on the next floor as long as I Inflame this. I don't want to play those out there and give you a damage shield, actually. Actually, you have 4 health, so that's irrelevant. Okay. gonna slow this one down. Just kind of see how it plays out with my champion. So this is the part that I care about. So that's rage increasing. It's rage increasing. Alright, so each hit scales up by 2. And if there's extra units in front, I gain a little bit of additional armor, making it tankier. One break is cool early, but kind of falls off later unless you get a +10 magic power on it, and I'd already like +10 magic power on Umbra Assault. I already have a good rage source, so I don't think I want or need this. I'll take a vent. No glimmer, but it works. And maybe I should have just skipped there because of infused mallet. I think I just skipped this because, like, Morsel Miner is worse at producing things than Umbra Assault is. I don't need this because of mallet and the vent that I just picked up. And this is pretty situational as of right now before I know what units I'm going to get. We're priced into trying to find a unit here. They're not the best. Steel worker it is. I have no idea what we're going to do next floor. It's going to depend on what boss rewards we're offered. Endless Armor Imp? So this is getting help. Is Endless Armor Imp worth 110 gold this early? Unsure. But I'm being offered the opportunity to get something that can realistically protect this. And it would make cards like Important Work actually good. We're experimenting a little bit here in this run. Let's try the Endless Welder Helper. With Rage? We're gonna be recasting it. Might as well, like, let it get some hits in, right? Yeah. Alright. Get a little weird. Alright. Good, this isn't the small floor. For Collector up here, kill the spikes. Alright, so things that have to happen: get my gold, and make him swole. I'm not quite doing enough damage here to get slays on this. Is inconvenient. This is great, though. The life is more important than the life steal here by quite a bit. Now, is the 3 damage here more relevant than Shades? Right now, I'm going to deal 7 to this next turn. This means that a torch will kill that unit in case, for some reason, I don't get a kill on the bottom floor. Order? Oh, this is the bad welder helper, not the good welder helper. Let's see how much this swings things to start with. Quite a bit. Guess you go in the back, you represent... No, you go in the middle. Represent a tiny bit more damage that way. Okay, great. My Endless Imp not being a priority unit and being upgraded is kind of awkward, I guess. How deep on imps are we going? I don't think this deep. This may be relevant. The ranged brute on the same floor with my champion is kind of interesting. Really don't want to have to take an alpha feed. That's a unit that scales, but it's like very awkward in terms of like taking up 3 spaces on a floor. I think Deranged Brute is the pick here. This only really gets interesting if you get multi-strike. Deranged Brute's just core stats are higher. Okay, real choice here, in terms of where I go, is going left and getting a power increase on Umbra Assault, or like cost reduction, or holdover on Inflame is legitimately interesting. Plus damage on Vent is also quite good, but an early artifact, and like maybe finding a Gorge unit that I can use to set up its own floor is also quite nice. At this point, we basically are going to have to go left next floor to take the creature upgrades. Ranged Brute and Steelworker both need upgrades, and I'm going to get 2 or 3 more looks at units that may need upgrades as well. So, keeping that in mind, I don't think I want to spend any money here. Ooh! Summon abilities triggering an additional time means these imps are nuts. But the +4 stacks of armor is also good with the imps, and it's very silly with Steelworker, who now like has like resolve gain armor 9. So I think I take the Railhammer. Order. I wouldn't be like duplicating a unit here, but I might be changing the size of a unit here. This unit is terrible, and this unit is a trap in my opinion. Which Daedalus is it? Double barrel. We're good against double barrel. Maybe I purge one of my units here. Like, between Steelworker and Imps, My Hornbreaker Prince can probably take down this fight. And getting rid of the deranged brute so that I don't have to spend money upgrading it might open me up to a different path next floor. Do I want to Hellvent anything? I don't really want to Hellvent anything, no. Alright, let's just purge a spell. And getting a stronger torture event later is pretty interesting. Even though those are cards that I would kind of like for this fight, but I have 2 Umbra Assaults to help out. Yeah, let's purge a torch. Maybe get a torch that has like gold attached to it or something. Our mallet probably does ridiculous things for this fight. Not this turn, though. Okay, so... the ranged brute doesn't get to go on the same floor as the champion right now, but it could later due to capacity. I think my current plan looks something like this. Yeah. And just kind of let the enemies hack away at this endless imp before, and like let this armor stack off. The endless imp dies. Like I replay it, or like I move it to a floor with the deranged brute, depending on how things look. Yeah, so you can hang out up here. We'll Space Prism this floor so I can do some Shade Splitter stuff here, or apply the other imp here. The bonus health on this is like something that I actively don't want. Let's power up this unit. That's more meaningful in case something slips through. Good stuff. As far as this train steward goes, I think that can just die on floor 1. I think I just want Shade Splitter base up there. Nice. Nope. This one. Guess we're not very good against these waves, are we? Yeah, I'm not very good against these sorts of waves, where it's 2 decent-sized creatures, because this isn't scaling without, like, a Slay trigger or Rage or anything. I'll probably take Capacity after this fight. Weird. I need Oomph. Venting this floor for 1. This unit is already taken care of. Guess I just want marginal amounts more damage here. Yeah, things do not get to skip our middle floor, thank you. surprisingly good with this taking 20 because I have a lifesteal stack on this. Does this count itself? I assume that it counts itself. Really would have liked to have drawn this a touch later, but that's okay. This will be at 30 total health, 13, 14, 24, I get 27 and maybe get another Umbra Assault next turn to change the clock on this. Rain Steward on top for allowing this unit to get one more hit might be relevant if I'm not doing enough damage on the middle floor. I believe I am doing enough damage on the middle floor where, oh wow, I'm actually not. I'm not going to redraw this morsel, and that currently dies in one shot. We're going to fish for a life morsel. Yeah, or a damage shield one. That's fine. Okay, I need some champion scaling or some more rage or something of that nature. I'm great at tanking, but my damage output is not anywhere near sufficient. But like, you know, this trick to do this sort of thing is pretty cool. Like being able to redeploy that imp every floor for boss waves. I like that. Last stand. If I had more rage sources, other than just my champion and the one in flame, I would really like Last Stand right now. I'm thinking about what I'm taking from this boss reward here. Capacity to let Hornbreaker Prince and Deranged Brute be on the same floor, along with like either two imps or the Steelworker, is pretty cool. But I can also see myself needing to take Ember, so that if I'm offered a Demon Fiend here, I can take it, because I desperately need DPS output. I think I have to take Ember. So, neither one of these is currently the DPS output that I need. This helps with large front units. But it's like not good enough to put like holdover on or anything. Let's take this and assume that I make this work at some point in this run. This isn't the Gorge unit that I want. Unit is considered, well, huh. This unit is probably not going to beat this Seraph. The multi-strike is probably going to melt through a lot of my damage shields quickly. And I don't have anything unfair, like a Shroud Splitter, or a Morsel Maker, or a Morsel Master to help this scale faster. So this feels like a trap, so I think I'm supposed to go with one of these other, like, Rage synergy creatures. The dream is like multiple of these on a same floor. But I think I need to take the Branded Warrior here. Now, do I take Capacity? What fell do we have? I believe that is Spell Shield. Spell Shield 5, confirm. It means I'm not 100% locked into taking Ember. I'm gonna take Capacity, followed by Ember, in all likelihood. So let's do Champion first here. Multi-strike is interesting with the Rage. Wrathful 2 is just sort of awkward right now because I have a bunch of defensive units. I have the Imps and the Rail Beater, no, Steelworker, that want to be in front of this. But like with these stats, this isn't going to get a lot of kills anyway if I pivot to this, so I think I'm going to stay on Wrathful 2. But it definitely feels weird. Alright, we're going to have some stuff to think about. We have very good offensive and defensive upgrades here. With 2 Imps in play, this costs 4, which I still can't cast. Are we at Alpha Fiend levels of desperation for DPS? I take that. I'm probably looking at a floor that looks something like Hornbreaker Prince front, with Branded Warrior and Deranged Brute behind. Large Stone, the Alpha Fiend, or Steelworker, and those 2 are a floor, and then I have 1 awkward floor that I have Imps for that I can't do. I mean, Alpha Fiend could be a boss killer for, like, non-Seraph fights. Like, this size is so incredibly awkward. Since I took Capacity, I don't think I get to pass on units here, so I think I'm taking it. How am I going to make this survive future fights if I want this to be a front unit? This run feels awkward. I'm kind of uncomfortable with where it's at in every possible way. Alright, I'll take this. Get some Train Stewards out of our deck. gets large stoned is the most important question right now. How is this also going to get slay on large front units later? I also don't know the answer to that question. Maybe the Alpha Fiend is its own floor right now with the 2 imps. Maybe that's how this is going to end up working out. Need more damage on you so you get slays. This accomplishes that goal. I will be going left again next floor to another Merchant of Steel. So that maybe means that I don't have to re-roll this shop here. I can just save the gold and try to do something like a multi-strike on my Alpha Fiend next floor. I need to get stronger. Like, I'm good for right now. We're sitting at 55 pyre health. I have a number of units that do things, but like long term, I have issues that need to be solved. I can get a slay on this unit, this floor. Keep doing this. Wait. Oh, the revenge is scaling you here as well. That kills both of these units. And now the next question is, like, do I want Steelworker in front on this floor, or do I want Steelworker to go and get the Collector? I can do Steelworker and Deranged Brute on one floor, despite an Alpha Fiend on another floor. Or wait, no, the Deranged Brute probably goes bottom floor if things keep going well here. Yeah, let's assume things keep going well here and just, like, let this collect a whole bunch of armor. Yes. You're still gaining health. I think the Endless one goes here so that I can use it twice. Alright, as far as damage goes, boy, I am dealing damage. As far as survivability for the boss goes, a little less sure about that portion. Guess we have enough space here where this makes sense. Yeah, we have enough space there where that makes sense. Ooh. Bonus space here so I can do a little bit of eating is nice. We'll absolutely do that. Rage 20, Rage 17, Rage 2. I draw some Shade Splitters, relatively dead cards next turn. Okay, we have solved our DPS problem, but I still don't really know how we live through a lot of things consistently. We just kill you in like one wave? Wow. I guess it takes two, but like, holy crap. Alright, who needs to live for a long time if we just deal like 500 a turn? Endless Imp Important Work is cool. Is that better than just like March of Shields to help keep my champion alive though? That's unclear to me. It also lets me like flip-flop unit order. I'm not really having Ember issues, like despite the fact that I don't have much, like the cards that I need to cast each turn are very important to cast, but then the other cards don't matter much. I think I'm just going to take the March of Shields. We're not really morsel based. Damage shield is cool, but this being free and adding a little bit of Ember to our deck the second pass through, I think I like quite a bit. Alright. Upgraded Torch for gain 25 gold. I don't remember how this upgrades the second time. I'm going to take a quick look at Dorbs' reference sheet. I think it's 35 gold the second time. $35 gold and 0 Ember after one more floor. So, do I want this now? I might want this now. Generate a little bit of money during the Fell fight that I might use to buy a trinket on floor 6. Or no, sorry, it's not the Fell fight yet. I have one more floor than I thought I did. This card being free, nice later, but like the sooner I take it back, the more gold I get out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I guess that I cast it enough times where it's worth it for me to take it now. I believe I'm going left to thin and try to upgrade some of these units. We'll take my artifact first, but I guess we can take a peek here. Another large stone, huh? Okay. This will do like borderline nothing right now. Might do great things later, whereas this does relevant things right now, but will not be strong later. I already have the mallet to help power down units. So this is like the one thing I have to think about in regards to the Unbroken Horn. I think I'm going to take this, even though it's not great right now. This gets the tail end of the Train Stewards out of my deck. Guess it might be easier to start with Hearthstone. A lot of this store, like, is very situational. It's like whether or not I want to play towards multi-strike on Alpha Fiend or not. And like how well I need to be able to pivot depending on what my opening draws look like. I think I want to leave the world in which I get to multi-strike this alive. That probably means large stoning the Steelworker. You know, a hidden passage would be chaos in this deck. Alright, we did not hit the multi-strike. Second Endless Imp? Second Endless Imp is definitely interesting. So, we're going... Yeah. Probably need to take the Merchant of Magic upgrades here. Probably need to Hellvent and Merchant of Magic upgrades here as well. Like, possibly Unstable Vortex, but it's unclear. So this may be my last time to upgrade this Alpha Fiend. Maybe I damage shield it then. Make sure it gets a chance to start scaling a bit. Yes. Doesn't feel good. No, I'm gonna save for an artifact for next floor. I don't feel like I have a great solidified plan to beat this Fun Seraph yet. I need to get stronger because I am not strong. So we're gonna take these challenges. We're getting through these fights fine. Yeah, that was something along the order of what we wanted to have happen. My draw is awkward here. But like, floor 1 is very bad this fight. How do I want to set up accordingly? Top floor Alpha Fiend seems good to me. Health Shield is awkward. Maybe this is the unit that can deal with that best. I don't need slays on this. Means you need to be floor 2 front. And that probably means that you're top floor. And that means that you're bottom floor by process of elimination. Alright, I mean, we have a plan at this point. You might be an issue as of right now. A little bit of an issue. 20 armor, lives through this turn, is good. Okay, so like I do that for later. Die next turn, and maybe I'll draw the endless one. That gets us close enough to a kill where this can finish it off. Didn't want to draw this turn, but okay. We're putting Welder Helper behind on this floor now. Just mitigate damage. And hit this a little harder. Or am I putting it in front? That I save this? Yeah, I need to put this in front. Gives me gold, so I need to do this turn. And I think we'll probably end up killing you, Flork, too. Nice. Down. Thank you. Haven't exactly been winning the morsel lottery, but that's okay. You all are, I guess, a bit of an issue on floor 2, aren't you? Like 7 Ember this turn? Okay. So this is probably the point where I flip-flop these units, right? Like you have 55, probably. Yeah, because I want you to be behind both of these units, so that makes a lot of sense to me. Then we'll hit one of these units on the off chance that we draw like multiple torches and actually get to kill one of those. That's quite good. This makes the most sense to me, maybe right here. Alright. I should keep playing, though. I have a torch that I can draw that gains me a little bit of gold. Not it. Now I wish I had waited one more floor for the torch, because I didn't play it more than once that fight. This can let us return Last Stand, or my Ember card, or my Space Prism. I think I'm just going to take the easy Armor 29 here. Cave-In is interesting to try to build a super floor. Or like re-attack some stuff that gets through. I don't know, like, I see this working to put a bunch of 190 HP units in the same place and making my life difficult later, rather than making my life good. I think I'm just going to take another one of these. Still feel like this deck is incredibly awkward. We'll see if it gets there. Get to do a little deck thinning here. Random imps, huh? Is that how we're bridging this gap? Feels a little weird to me. It's certainly not bad, though. See what happens here. I think in respect of my Ember, take the trap shoot. Alright, is this Impsicle a trap, or is it good? I think my Shade Splitters are pretty bad in this deck. Not that my torches aren't. But those at least get better with upgrades. And I am looking to upgrade next floor. I lean towards Impsicle being good enough to buy. Iron Drop Cage doesn't do much right now. Like, we have one card that does something with it. Like, could make, like, future hidden passages very, very, very good. But given how late in the run we are, I don't think I play towards this. Like, I'm probably not going to get a hidden passage off of Fel, or I'm going to have to get it in Circle 7. Let's take the Impsicle and see if I regret it. Save the rest of the gold for next floor. Alright. Fight Fel. Bit uncomfortable with the run as a whole, but we're obviously not bad. Like, we're taking these trials, we're at 55 Pyre Health. There are definitely things going right with it. Ooh, bonus Ember this turn is huge, especially with Unbroken Horn. Okay, so this is my small floor, which probably means that Alpha Fiend is going there by itself. You're gonna get a Slay this turn, you're not gonna get a Slay this turn, so maybe I should put you floor 2. Go like... Yaw. Yaw. I just want this Pyre Chomper to die on bottom floor. The bottom floor right now is going to be these 3. I want the Welder Armor... Welder Helper to put the armor on itself. And I want the Pyre Chomper in front of that so it dies. And I want the Steelworker behind this stuff. And the Alpha Fiend up top. Wonder if there's a world where I take Capacity again over Ember, now that I have this Impsicle. Now I really want, like, things that sacrifice imps. Quite badly. I also want, like, some multi-strike stuff incredibly badly, either for Champion or for Alpha Fiend. More space prisms would be acceptable. Is it this floor that gets the space prism in this fight, or is it this floor? It's very hard to tell. Okay, so I think it's this floor. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's this floor, and okay. Thinking with portals here. What if it looks like this? What if it looks like Space Prism, Welder Helper, torch that Welder Helper to reopen that space back up, and then use this as a damage shield on floor 2 where it dies. I'd love to play that on that floor. I can't torch that one this turn. Alright. Armor. A little bit of extra damage. Now I think I just saved some Ember. Like, this unit dying is actively good for me. Well, we're probably just taking the rage buff on this floor. The question is, like, what else am I doing? I think this kills... Oh, no, it does not kill everything on the floor. Interesting. Man, Alpha Fiend, you haven't killed this statue yet? Yikes. You can take a hit from this next turn. Bye. Without card draw, these Excavated Embers are not doing anything given my deck size. The order was poor here. Should have March of Shields this first. Now I think, since I made that error, I just March of Shields this. Ah! Okay, we'll maybe torch that imp at some point. That cost me a damage shield. Getting out of that by Antumbra assaulting my own creature? Feels like yes. Hey, there's that damage shield I wanted back. No, this is the gain gold one. I want to cast this. But then I think I slow my roll and save some Ember. this die. This incrementing doesn't matter. Yeah, I think we stop there. Kinda wanted this to die this turn, that's okay. Gold? Gold. Armor here? We'll probably like redraw an arm. No, if I don't make it past this floor, I want to have that space open. Can't kill any of my own things with Umbra Assault. Don't think I want to blow all of this energy venting. I don't know, maybe I do. Like, I don't have anything coming that's high energy, and I'm drawing 2 of these in the next 2 turns anyway. 18 damage for 9 energy, though. I don't think I can do it from a moral perspective. Alright, so there's no way I get to redraw the gold torch, right? Yeah, there's no way that that happens. Okay. Good stuff. One of these is probably fine for scaling purposes, and then just like making sure my units stay alive is important. This decision is very difficult for me. Like, the first pass through the deck, we could definitely use Ember, but the second pass through the deck, we have the excavated... whatchamacallits? The excavated Embers that really solve my Ember issues. This helps a lot with setup turns. I'm gonna think about this one for a second and run to the restroom. I'll be right back. I would very much appreciate if in the comments you let me know what you think the pick is here, because I think this one's really difficult. Like, because the space is very good with the Impsicle. The Ember is great for the setup turns, especially if we draw, like, Last Stand at an awkward time. But, like, Ember largely is not good after the setup turns. And the card draw is awkward because I don't have enough Ember to take advantage of it. This one's tough. I've given it some thought. I'm still having trouble. It feels kind of like capacity is important. And if I look at my map, I'm probably going to 2 Merchant of Magics, so assuming that I spend money well, that's 2 different... Sorry, that's 4 different sets of energy reductions, so like maybe I get away with not taking Ember and I take Capacity instead. It's definitely weird, though. Alright, I think I need to increase the defensive stats of this thing if I'm still going to try to keep it in front. Not the extra oomph I'm looking for. We'll take the Pyre Wall. But like, we're not really taking fire damage. We're doing a good job at murdering. Move, consume, and cost +1. Low. Probably this. Like, we're already scaling quite hard when we cast the first Last Stand. That I think just like keeping units alive becomes very important. So I think let's upgrade that. Let's immediately reduce its cost back to 1. Plus 20 magic power and consume can go on this event. I think. I don't know, the vent's very bad. It like empties all the extra ember that I've built up. I think we might even take that out of the deck. No, that we don't want to consume that. We want plus 10 magic power on that. Let's consume that torch. Consume that torch. Cost reduction. I only cast this once, so I cast this maybe multiple times throughout a fight. I don't know, maybe it's important to like always hit this on the first go through of the deck since my deck is relatively large at this point. Another Purge. Good here. Probably. Let's do the Concealed Cavern event first. This is an awkward time to be offered this event. There's some really weird worlds where Gift of Gratitude ends up netting me 300 something gold because like I've built up energy via like Unbroken Horn and the Ember Imps. I think we're just gonna take Heaven's Gold. It will be good no matter what. It doesn't add a card to my deck that's like situational and I don't want to draw early. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a Purge here. Like, these Shade Splitters and my default level torches are very bad. Very, very bad. Because now they're at the point where they probably don't kill units. I missed regular, like, plus 10 magic power on this shop, which stings a little bit. Can I do this? Do I win if I don't do this is probably the better question. I don't feel strong enough to beat the final boss right now. Not even close. I just feel like I'm going to get overwhelmed by large HP enemies. Like, I'm worried about you dying. But, like, maybe we can win via the Impsicle roulette. Like, ulting imps will be incredible in this fight. And, like, maybe I can get there with armor. I may die on this fight. Just, like, being completely honest. Thank you. Thank you! Kind of, though, right? Like, I may or may not play that this turn. Setting up my Alpha Fiend is important. Oh, that's awkward. Like, I need to play this here, and I need to play this here. Maybe I need to play you on floor 1 so that you have a realistic chance of, like, weakening these things so I get Slay triggers here before I have Rage built up. I think that's what needs to happen here. Not this exact unit, but, you know, similar units in the future. This is a terrible turn to draw this. Yikes. Am I trying to play you the next cycle through the deck? Ice Heaven's Gold, idiot. Next turn, I'm guaranteed to draw my Steel Worker. So just playing this here is kind of like a burn spell on this unit, where I say, like, okay, this is going to die, but it saves me some fire health. This doesn't actually do that much damage to the pyre right now. I can dream big and play it on the top floor, and then hope to maybe put armor on it. Feels awkward to me. Everything about this turn feels awkward, though, if I'm being honest. I think it looks like this. Let's take the kill on this unit and scale this up. And just give up on that collector. We're taking 400 gold from the challenge in the first place. Nice. Maybe try to keep you alive. This floor is going poorly, huh? We going with, like, imps? Try to save you next turn? I have 3, 4, 5 different armor cards to hit, any one of which saves you. I also haven't hit my capacity card yet. Event here also saves you a little bit of life. I think I need to play the Steelworker up here. There are some, like, disaster worlds, though, where I lose... Oh my god. Mallet killed one of these things. And that meant that The extinguished trigger died. No ability to just save these. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Things that are happening. I want to put as much armor on the champion as possible. That is armor. Is it welder? Yeah, I think it's going to be welder helper. Maybe it's just welder helper front. Let that eat this attack plus this attack. I'm definitely feeling not taking Ember. But, like, I made this... I could have used a little more help there. Guess we do this. This. And it sucks that these can't do 3 damage. That jack strips, though, would be so relevant right now. You're the endless one. I do want you in front. This. Or this. Like, the fight does probably come to this top floor. Yeah, maybe building a little extra up on you is relevant. Oh boy. Well, one thing at a time. Let's slay one of these. Now my champion is at least staying alive. Play another one of these. My endless imp will die if I slay this. Do not want the endless imp to die. I want it to take this hit for 11. That means getting this. So this takes the hit for 11. Or this takes the hit for 11. Everything here except this is dying. Do I want to trap shoot that to the bottom floor? No, because there's a chance that that costs me like 49 to 172 damage versus the boss. I'll let that go up to the next floor. So this becomes health for the champ. This becomes health for the champ. And like, I just don't play this and not going to redraw if it's okay. I need to get to the second pass through of my deck more quickly. Okay, let's kill this unit. guess this is looking like this. This. Greed. Seems like greed. Like, largely either this melts through this or it doesn't. Okay, is there a world where I get my money torch? There is not. Yeah, so we got through this spikes fight. We lost out on a lot of DPS due to it, but we're still winning these fights without taking fire damage. I don't really know how we get through the Seraph fight, which is considerably harder than it, though. This is not good the first pass-through of the deck, whereas this is great the first pass-through of the deck. I'm gonna take the important work. I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. How am I winning? Is it duplicating important work to get through my deck quicker? Is it going right and trying to aggressively card remove? Is it going left and getting holdover on important work? Or is it like high rolling into some insane artifact? Like improved firebox would be insane. Alright, so hitting improved firebox, holdover on important work. Those are the ways that I see myself having a chance. With this deck size and no draw, the duplicate is weak. The holdover is not amazing for the same reasons. I think I'm going to go right and hope that this is great. No, no, yes. I can reroll and probably buy something. I'm gonna check this real quick. I don't think there's anything that I'll want to put on an imp. Not really. I do have no other slots, right? Yeah. So let's roll this shop. That would have been very good. Touch short. Now it's a question of like, is armor 5 better than purging 2 cards? Probably not. Torches are now considerably better because I got additional magic power. So, like, I probably just can't spend money on those. Purge some cards. This vent eating up whatever extra energy I have spent is incredibly bad. Sorry, not whatever energy I've spent, whatever energy I have stocked up. Even though there's situations where, like, there's multiple utility enemies on one floor, I think I need to remove this. It's just so costly to cast that. And then we'll take out the last Shade Splitter. We just don't have room because of imps. Okay, I expect to die in this fight. Just... No, small mistake. Well, maybe not a mistake, because I have Heaven's Gold. Alright, let's see how we can deal with Seraph eating my rage. Probably not well. Things that seem to be happening. Killing 2 utility units on this floor. That seems to be happening. I believe that I need to set up floor 2 like usual to start looking like this. And the question is, like, where is this steel worker going? Is it going on 1 or is it going on 3? I theoretically want the Alpha Fiend on 1 to hit some things hard to make it easier to get slays here in the first couple turns. Play this here. It's too early to draw this. I think I'm going to need additional space on this floor. I don't know that I can play the Alpha Fiend. Oh no, it would only take 15. Yeah, that's probably fine. Turn is not nearly as bad as it looks. The next turn is going to be real bad. Alright, can I deal 125 to you to get a slay? Assuming that I remove these, I'll take 4 here. Yes, I can deal 125 and get a... Or no, it's not a slay on you, which is inconvenient. So, things that probably need to happen. I need to keep my units alive by killing these pack units. And I probably just need to daze a unit. Not having the Ember that I need to keep my units alive probably kills me, though. Like this Ember Drain. Yeah. That feels like the fight right there. The shame, like this would have gotten us out of it. Yeah, maybe I have to daze the Fire Wings last turn. Yeah, daze the Fire Wings, send it down to this floor. Yeah, that was a mistake. We're donezo. My bottom floor is Ember Drained, my middle floor is dead. I'm like on imps to win this fight with. There is not a path to victory here. Like, my units are going to continue to get Ember Drained. And my Pyre is going to be dead within 2 turns. I can pretend for a little while. we'll struggle valiantly. And, you know, maybe we stack 10 billion armor up here and we somehow get there, but does not seem to me like that is going to work. Oh yeah, we didn't even get one turn out of that. Okay, so this run was awkward the whole time in that, like, we're clearly strong enough to beat trials and beat normal enemies, but, like, once the enemies got harder and came at us with more velocity in the last fight, we were in trouble. The first pass through my deck is so incredibly bad, even when I thinned, like, 4 more cards out of it in the last run. We were slightly unfortunate to not draw an early Alloy of the Ancients to, like, power up floor 2 and keep my stuff alive. You know, that kind of is what it is. But, like, our deck had serious issues, and, like, maybe taking Ember over capacity is better, but then, like, I fight with, like, space a little bit regarding the imps. I don't know. Just all in all, awkward run. Like, Alpha Fiend was, like, a desperation creature that we kind of had to take to have some additional power for the times that, like, something needed to be weakened or made it through, but, like, this is a, like, far subpar creature without multi-strike, and even with multi-strike it's still not great. We had issues throughout the runs with things like spikes. We gave it our all and came up a little bit short. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that one, and I'll be back tomorrow.